Kijk aan luistertoets 2015, Engels, basisberoepsgerichte leerweg, Audiodeel. Dit onderdeel bestaat uit 2 delen. In het eerste deel ga je luisteren naar een gesprek met Janine Solomon. Het gesprek gaat over haar hobby's en over het werk dat ze heeft gedaan. Er komt eerst een inleiding. Hierbij is geen opgave.
My name's Janine Solomon Gardner. I'm 35 years old. I am a full-time mum at the moment. I have 3 children. I'm also a qualified teacher and I like to dance and I like to make things.
Tot zover de inleiding. Lees nu opgave 1.
You are a teacher. Have you always wanted to be a teacher?
I wanted to be an actor, but life happened, so it never came about. But then I studied film and television, and that went very well, and I enjoyed that. And then I decided that I wanted to be a television producer. And through that course, I also computers became quite big, and so I got more into computer design and graphic design and that side of things. And then after that, IT became more popular, and I did some more study more on IT, and that's how I became an IT teacher.
1.
What about your pupils? Do they like IT lessons?
They're very interested indeed, because computers are the world at the moment. When I was growing up, we didn't have that, so I was more into the physically creative side. So I teach secondary school children, and they learn things like how to design web pages, how to use the computer to create creative work, as in Photoshop and any design programs. And we also teach them how to develop their own sort of programs as well. So it's the beginning of programming and computing technology.
2.
What about social media? Do you teach that as well?
Absolutely. That's at the forefront of the technologies, and working in schools in the UK, they're very hot on that at the moment. And a lot of, for example, when we teach about social networking, Facebook and MySpace, etc., they have their own software. So we don't actually use the real Facebook and stuff, but they use software where they can communicate with each other within the school environment. So nothing can go outside of the school.
3.
Don't students know more about Facebook and MySpace than you do? What can you teach them?
We teach the importance of not using, real details, not contacting people that you've met on the internet. We did have one incident where a girl was using BlackBerry Messenger on her phone, and she became fearful during the lesson because someone said that they were going to meet her outside of school that day. But it was Nothing came of it, luckily. She was safe and she was protected. But it was a good talking point in the class to say, see how easy it can be to just pass on a simple detail like what school you go to, and somebody could be there in an instant.
4.
Young people have used mobile phones all their lives, haven't they?
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. They think they're so confident and streetwise and mature, and you try to explain to them that you don't know everything yet. They think they know everything and they don't. Even my 9-year-old daughter thinks she knows more than I do about something. She'll ask me a question, and as I'm about to answer it, she said, "Oh, don't worry, I know. I'll deal with it. I can sort it out." And it's actually, you don't know. That's why I'm here to tell you. So young people need to accept, perhaps, that they don't know everything yet.
5.
How important is your job for you?
Teaching is a part of my life, but it's never the whole part of my life. I've always worked part-time so that I can be there for my family as well, because that is actually the main part of my life. My family life is very important to me. So I try to have a balance between work and family. My creative interests are a hobby, but they're also a major part of my life, and it's something I like to do with my children as well.
6.
What sort of hobbies have you got? Could you tell us a bit more about one of your hobbies?
I did a sewing course to give me some basic skills of using a sewing machine and creating clothes using patterns. And through doing that, my daughter saw an interest and decided that, she'd like to learn. So everything I learned in the course, I taught her. And my son has also has an interest, although he's not as interested as my daughter, but an interest is an interest. So with him, I've made little teddy bears with him and little pillows and things like that. So if I'm working on a project, I like to give them the opportunity to work on the similar project or to help me on the project, so that we can, be doing things together as opposed to all doing individual activities.
7.
Your children both go to dance classes. What does your son do?
My daughter does ballet and my son does breakdancing. He does love it. He's not the most coordinated person, but that doesn't matter. He likes the friends aspect. He likes being with friends and being sociable. And that's, I think, more important than the actual dance. But if it means that he's building his confidence in something that he might not, be the best at, then it's doing its job as far as I'm concerned. That's also why he likes the rugby, the sport, because it's the team side and working together and being part of something that he really enjoys.
8.
What about competition? Is it very heavy?
No, the club is very good actually. Quite a lot of the time when they're playing, they don't even really keep score. It's just about the boys getting the skills and being able to work together and, you know, the development of learning. The type of rugby they play is called tag rugby, where they don't actually tackle each other. So they don't hurt themselves because they're still quite young. And the aim is to grab the tags which are on a band on their waist, and the other team has to grab the tag, and as soon as they've grabbed the tag, they have to pass the ball back to the other person.
9.
I'm told you use the internet a lot for buying things. Is that because it's cheaper?
Not just for that reason. Obviously, I want to find things I'm a bargain hunter. So I like to find things that are a reasonable price. I like to get things that I feel like I'm getting a good deal. So if it means going to a charity shop, going to a car boot sale, going to, buying things off friends because it's a better deal, then I'll do that. I'm not bothered if something is brand new or not, because 5 minutes in my house, it won't be new anymore. So it's fine.
10.
What other things do you buy second-hand, apart from the things you really need?
I like to find, just quirky, unusual items, cups and cake stands and things from the old days. I used to like to buy furniture as well, but my house got a bit too full of old furniture, so I had to start putting it in the garage, and my husband was cross because his bike didn't fit in the garage anymore. So I had to stop doing that. But I like to buy furniture and then old furniture and then paint them with modern colours. My intention initially was to sell them, and I think I may have sold 1 or 2 pieces, but after I painted them, I liked them so much, so I had to find somewhere to fit them in the house.
11. Tot zover het gesprek met Janine. In het tweede deel krijg je een aantal berichten te horen. Lees nu de volgende opgave.
The Massachusetts police stopped a school bus with an unusual driver last night. Police officer Thomas Cook told reporters they had stopped the bus because they suspected it had been stolen. The driver of the bus appeared to be a 17-year-old boy. After his arrest, the boy admitted climbing into the open window of the school bus in North Adams where the keys were left in the ignition. The teenager, who lives with his grandma, told the police he had driven the bus to visit his mum about 20 miles away. Police officer Thomas Cook said that he did not get the sense Brandon understood what he did was wrong, and that it was his 3rd time stealing a school bus. Brandon pleaded not guilty to charges of theft of a motor vehicle and unlicensed driving of a motor vehicle for the 3rd time.
12.
200 passengers who arrived in Barbados from London last night had a nasty experience. They got the message that their baggage had safely travelled with them across the Atlantic, but now had to go back again. Staff informed them that their cases were locked in the hold of the Virgin Atlantic Boeing 747 jumbo jet, but that the ground crew at Grantley Adams Airport couldn't open the door to get them out. One of the passengers, Mr. Radford from Newbury, said that he was walking around the Caribbean in his jeans and long-sleeved shirt and that he had nothing other than his laptop with him. Virgin Atlantic did not detail what the fault with the door was. A spokesman said that they would like to apologise to all customers affected.
13.
Atlanta, Georgia. Firefighters came to the rescue of a 19-year-old woman last Sunday. She had ordered food from a fast food restaurant early on Sunday and mistakenly dropped her cell phone in the food bag. After she threw the bag into the trash container at the apartment complex, she realised her phone was missing. She got stuck in the trash chute as she reached for the bag. Her friends called the police, and firefighters released her within 10 minutes by moving a garbage bin at the end of the chute and pulling her out. A police spokesman, Tim Fecht, said he had heard of people getting stuck while clearing the chutes, but taking a swan dive, like in the movies, that was pretty rare. He said the woman was taken to a nearby hospital and treated for minor injuries.
14.
Cologne. German police caught 2 thieves breaking open lovers' padlocks attached to a bridge over the Rhine River in the city of Cologne. The pair were cutting padlocks left by amorous couples to symbolise their eternal love off a railing on the Hohenzollern Bridge to sell as scrap metal. The men tried to escape with their loot after spotting the police, but were caught on the bridge. The police discovered over 50 padlocks along with lock cutters in a trolley suitcase wheeled along by the men. The pair will appear in court on charges of property damage. Love-struck couples have been fastening padlocks to the railings of the bridge, engraving them with their initials, and then tossing the keys into the rivers below to symbolise their eternal love.
15.
Today, the Scottish Animal Rescue Centre is starting a new campaign for Staffordshire Bull Terriers. They are trying to end the use of the animals as a weapon in Scotland's communities. Staffordshire Bull Terriers have a dangerous reputation due to their fighting past. Minister of Justice Kenny McGaskill will be starting the campaign of the Scottish Parliament. He will be stressing in his speech that many bull terriers have been rescued from cruelty or abandonment, that lots of families have received a friendly bull terrier from the centre, and that this has been a huge success. In the previous century, the Staffordshire Bull Terrier was called Nanny Dog for its love for children, and it makes a good family dog.
16.
Who's lost £64 million down the back of their sofa? This is the question as the deadline for the biggest unclaimed lottery win runs out tonight. An 11 p.m. deadline has been set for the winner of the Euro Millions jackpot from June the 8th to claim their prize. The winning ticket was bought in a shop in Stevenage, Hertfordshire. The winner of the 64 million jackpot would find themselves suddenly richer than some of the richest people in Stevenage. So everyone who has bought a lottery ticket in Stevenage is taking part in a desperate search, leaving no stone or sofa cushion unturned. If the ticket isn't found in time, every penny will go to the National Lottery Good Causes Fund to be distributed to charities around the country. Should the winning ticket remain elusive, it will represent the largest unclaimed prize in British lottery history.
17.
Yesterday, the Love Cycling Go Dutch conference was held in Edinburgh for the first time. The outcome is that the City of Edinburgh is set to look at the Netherlands for ideas to get people on their bikes and make cycling a central part of daily life. Dutch officials, politicians and campaigners told the conference how cycling was at the heart of culture and society in Holland. By contrast, transport culture in Scotland is still dominated by the private car and the local bus company, and the majority of people don't yet feel it's safe to cycle on the streets. So the target is to have 15% of all journeys to work being made by bicycle by 2020.
18. Einde van het audiodeel.